Hola, estudiantes. It's Mrs. Santiago here, and I am just going to do a quick video with you to talk about the page Preterite Practice, ER and IR, and a few new verbs. I'm in your OneNote, Chapter 9. Going to eliminate the table of contents. The verbs that we've been looking for are the ER and IR verbs in the past tense for celebrations. We've been working with, in the yellow box, comer, beber, volver, reunir, recibir, escribir, abrir, asistir, servir, salir, decidir, and compartir, just to name a few. Today we're going to look at ver, dar, and hacer, and then you have practice work to do. Before we do that, I want to put in a small chart to the right that gives you the endings for the preterite tense. ER and IR verbs. Remember, ER and IR take the same endings. So this will be iste, eo, emos, ieron. Okay, now let's look at why these three verbs. They are somewhat irregular. So if you look at ver, it is an ER verb. When I go to chop, what am I left with? I'm only left with the V. So these, and here I'm going to write it again. So remember, ver means to see. That's what the eyes are for. So now let's take a look. When we write it out, it is going to look like this. V, viste, vio, vimos, vieron. What are you noticing? Right? There, no accents. It's written right here without the accents. Okay, so I saw, yo vi. You saw, tu viste. He saw, vio. Okay, why is dar on here? Dar, as you can see, is an AR verb. Dar means to give. So it is a good verb for this chapter, as you can give gifts. So it's an AR verb that takes ER endings. What? Yes, I know, it's weird, but it happens. So let's scroll over to the pink chart. When we chop and add, okay, so dar, to give. When I chop, what am I left with? Just the D. So I'm going to add the D everywhere. D, D, D. Now I'm going to put in the IR endings, but again, no accent. So D, diste, dio, dimos, dieron. Okay, so again, take AR verb that takes the ER, IR endings, no accents. Okay. So we've got ver and dar. Now let's look at hacer. Hacer is going to be a very important verb in the past tense because it shows up in so many questions. Hacer means to make or do. So when you're asking somebody, what did you do in the past tense, you're going to be using hacer. Okay, the A in the stem changes to an I. So hacer is different because of this change. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the stem change in the past tense. So instead of HAC when we chop off, okay, so let's put hacer over here. Instead of HAC, when we chop, we're going to make a change right here, and it's going to become an I. Okay, so HIC, 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 HIC. Whoops, guess what? There's another change. Here it's going to be HIZ. Okay, so that's a change. Now let's put in our endings. Okay. Ise, no accent. Hiciste, hizo, hicimos, hicieron. You can see that here we actually have this is different. Okay, let me see if I can point this out. This right here is different, and this is different, and these eyes. So this one's kind of an irregular. Okay, so let's just review. How do we use this one? You're going to see it a lot like this, right? ¿Qué tú hiciste ayer? Okay, so this sentence really explains why we're doing this. Ayer, the trigger word for yesterday, past tense of hacer, and then it matches to. What did you do yesterday? Now, hacer frequently does not end up in your answer because you're not going to say, I did, I swam. I did, I ate. You're simply going to say, yo comí en el restaurante. So you need to understand it for the question and know that it probably is not going to be in your answer. Unless you did your homework, then you can say, yo hice mi tarea. Okay, let's take a look. You have 5 to do here. I am not going to help you with these, but I do want to note you've got the irregulars from above, right there with ver. And down here, write 4 sentences about your last birthday. If you're struggling with the birthday, then just do any celebration, but talk about it in the past tense. You have plenty of ER and IR verbs listed above that will help you. Try to get 4 originals. Please, no online translating. Use your brain. Gracias.